Never changed, Jose. I mean, there was still a bit of fight, a little bit of bite in him there.
I think he's brilliant and he's back to his very, very best. Yeah. The headlines tomorrow will be VAR going for a cup of tea and shrew-ins or throw-ins or whatever they were. And I think, you know, the headlines will not be about Tottenham losing 1-0. It'll be about all the other things he's just talked about. And again, he's very, very clever. He's got... yes, he's lost the game, but he knows it's against a very, very good side. But he's got that sparkle back in his eye, and that can only be good for the Premier League.
Yeah, I think as well, if you look at his interview there, he's still like upset that they didn't get a point or even a win. So I think he'll be over the moon with his side, and he'll be hoping that they can do that against the next opponents, not just turn up against Liverpool and, you know, it's going to be a fight.
How long do you think the club need to give Jose Mourinho? How much money do you think they need to spend in order to start winning some trophies? Because he's won trophies everywhere that he's been. He's also always competed for the title. Even at Manchester United, to an extent, he finished second for them.
Yeah, about 20 points behind.
Still, he said his greatest achievement was finishing second.
Daniel Levy's not known for giving out a lot of money, is it?
He's probably not known for signing managers on huge fees, which I'm sure Jose Mourinho is on.
So maybe he might have changed his ways, maybe.
Yeah, but the question was... how much money has he got to spend to turn Tottenham into a side that wins trophies?
I don't think he needs that much.
How much are we talking about?
Well, look at the players that... So Hugo Lloris comes back, that's fine. Maybe now he's found a right-back. You know, we don't know. That might have solved that problem. So then you've got two good centre-halves in Sanchez and Alderweireld. You've still got a decent left-back, at least for 18 months in Rose, or then you've got obviously Davis coming in. When he's got a fully fit midfield, you know, with Sissoko and Ndombele and Winks, Dyer can do a job if and when needs be. Son, Moura, Lamela, Kane. He probably needs a replacement for... Not a replacement, backup for Kane.
Definitely.
So he can give him a little bit of a rest. But you're probably only looking at a couple of quality players that could transform that side. And I don't think he's an awful lot more away from that.
A lot more consistency from the players that are there.
You've got Dele Alli as well, forgot to mention. You know. So you've got the nucleus of a good squad. And they're still a young, good squad. If he can get them playing well and get them organised and adds a couple of outstanding quality players that might cost you 70, 80 million pounds each. So you might be talking 150 million to spend. But that might suddenly give Tottenham a chance.
Ryan Sessegnon? I mean, we talked about left-back just there. No?
I mean, he's a work in progress. Yeah, I'm talking top-quality players. You know, and you might, you know, if it was a centre-half, you might be looking at Bonucci or Chiellini. I know they're a bit old, but of that ilk. You know, centre-forwards, you're looking at maybe having to spend 100 million. 90 million to get someone that's going to score you 20 goals.
I don't think Spurs will spend 80 or 90 million on a player. I really don't think they will.
They might not, but if they want to compete and they want to challenge for the title, that's what they're going to have to do.
They're missing a couple of big players. You know, I think the likes of Leicester and other players, got the Madisons. I think they need someone like that in their team.
It also depends, like Lo Celso, you know, it looks like they will probably secure him as a permanent transfer. Yeah, he could turn out to be...
You say they won't spend the money. They spent 65 million on Ndombele.
That's the most they've ever spent.
That's what money spent,
record. But that's a big difference between 100 million, like you mentioned,
and 65. Well, it's not because he's not... It didn't come as being a marquee player and going, wow, this guy's going to transform Spurs. He came as a very, you know, as a good player.
He came off the back of a great season at Lille, where he scored a lot of goals.
But if you're going to buy a ready-made product out of the Premier League and it's going to cost you, say, 70, 80 million, it's not much more than they've already paid.
Actually, I said he scored a lot of goals. I don't think he did score a lot of goals, did he?
Not too many, but I mean, from his position, you could say he scored
possibly.
But I think, like you say about Moura, Lamela, but when I see them playing, they're not consistent enough. I think Jose probably needs some more consistent players who are going to do the likes of what Salah, Mane do, Sterling,
Could a Grealish? He's been linked in the past.
I think he's staying at Villa, I think I've heard.
But I don't think Grealish going into that side doesn't improve them enough to suddenly make them challenge. You might as well keep Eriksen. You know, if
but that's not really up to them.
He doesn't want to be there.
Well, no, but it's... You've got other players in and around it. Grealish doesn't go into that team and improve them 20 points.
But I think if you asked Jose, would he want 2 more wingers? I think he'll say yes. I think Moura, he doesn't really do enough for me. Like when I watch him, sometimes he has a good game, you know, and then he won't score for a certain amount of games. Lamela, I think they need and Jose will want a couple more wingers that are going to be more consistent and get more goals.
It's all about getting your recruitment right. It's totally key. And if you look back, Maddison was a player that Spurs were looking at, and he ends up going to Leicester. Grealish was another player they were looking at, who they could have got for considerably less money than
25 million, wasn't it?
25 million, they didn't want to come with the money.
What would he cost now, for example? Maguire was one that was muted before he went to Leicester, even. And since he's gone on to Manchester United,
but do you think that, you see, they've gone now and brought Sessegnon? Do you know? And I think he may become a good player, but he's not ready at the moment to play left back at Spurs. I don't think.
I look at what Mourinho's done before.
This season.
You know, he brought in Zlatan to Manchester United for nothing, ridiculous wages. When he brought in Costa, when Costa came into Chelsea, you only need a couple of. It's a couple of signings that can change your whole team.
Sure.
Can I ask?
Imagine now if he brought in a Costa-type player to back up Harry Kane. Yeah. Suddenly you go, oh, hang on a minute, Spurs are a different animal, completely. And that's just one player. So I think they're only a couple of players away.